Congratulations to the WNBA. Your ratings are going to drop by 55 to 60% once again. I believe the WNBA have successfully broken Caitlin Clark, and it's been an awful thing. Caitlin Clark is officially ruled out for tonight with a groin injury, and she will not play.
V1. Something strange just happened. Caitlin Clark got injured, and WNBA ratings dropped fast. Coincidence? Or is the whole league hanging by a thread and one rookie? ESPN is panicking. Kathy Engelbert is rewriting press releases. Somewhere, a marketing team is Googling how to legally clone Caitlin. If this keeps going, the WNBA might be scouting high schoolers next.
Now, we know last night the Indiana Fever faced off against Paige Bueckers and the Dallas Wings. Now, a lot of people is criticizing the WNBA referees yet again after another matchup because they felt as if Paige Bueckers actually had a special whistle. Now, I spoke about this last night, man, and people was definitely showing mixed reviews about it. But with all that being said, dog, we look like WNBA Commissioner Kathy has opened up about this situation a little bit and spoken about it. Now, I've been on Kathy Heine, bro, for a while now, going back to last year, addressing these WNBA referees. I've been one of the first content creators to break it all down, even letting you know how they pick them, how they find them, how much money they make. They only make like $100,000 a year, bro.
The moment Caitlin Clark hit the floor, you could hear a gasp, not from fans, but from WNBA execs. Ticket sales stalled. Ratings crashed. Somewhere, a TV producer started panic eating nachos. The panic was instant. This wasn't just a player getting hurt, it was the whole business model wobbling.
I know a lot of us were expecting some sort of dip since Caitlin Clark has been out with injury, but I don't think all of us were expecting the entire viewership of the entire WNBA to be down. And this tweet from Christine Brennan really stuck out to me. She said one player gets injured and more than half the TV audience for the entire league disappears. Has any other athlete ever had that kind of impact on a sport? Golf without Tiger definitely dropped precipitously on occasion, but not like this. A truly remarkable sports story continued.
Without Caitlin, the WNBA isn't limping, it's crawling. The collapse wasn't gradual. It was instant. When she got listed as questionable, the stadiums went silent. Not metaphorically, literally. The only thing dropping was hope and ESPN ad deals. The league tried to pretend it was fine. It's not.
Wait a minute, correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought the mainstream media told me that AJ Wilson was a huge star. Isn't that the prevailing narrative throughout the media? They want to share the credit. They claim Angel Reese and AJ Wilson are the reason that people are watching pretend basketball. Now, sure, they give some credit to Caitlin Clark, but the media prefers to share the credit.
Saying the WNBA is more than Caitlin is like saying the Titanic was more than a ship. Technically true, but irrelevant when it sinks. Camera crews were probably already planning their trips back to Iowa. Because Caitlin isn't just a rookie. She's the spark, the headline, the reason people care.
Clark is okay. I want to know when this injury even happened, bro, because let's be serious here. She has the quad injury. Mind you, Caitlin Clark hadn't missed a game since she was like 19 years old. Since she was like 18 in college or something. Now she has a groin injury. We've never seen Caitlin Clark play as bad as she played the last 3 games. Let's just be serious here. She's like 1 for 20 something on threes in the last 3. We've never seen her shoot the ball this way. I'll say that. Has she been hurt and playing through this? Did this happen? Because you have people out there saying this injury happened when Stephanie White decided to sub her back in the last 8 seconds of the game versus the Seattle Storm when we was winning.
Without her, it's not just quiet, it's ghost town energy. Attendance dropped hard. Seats that were filled are now empty. Stadiums look like yoga retreats. Ushers started questioning their purpose. Nielsen ratings didn't crash, they vanished. And fans? Gone with her. She leaves, the magic goes with her. It's not shade, it's the truth.
for the league. And it's alarming for the league because this is such a crucial year for the WNBA. At the end of this season, the WNBA will go into CBA negotiations. If negotiations go well, then every single player in the WNBA has a much better chance of making so much more in their next contract. And if you guys were watching my videos during the off season, I was so much more optimistic going into this year because we had so much drama and the media, I felt like, mishandled so many things with the WNBA last season, and specifically with Caitlin Clark and her fan base. And that's one thing when you start thinking about how many people stopped watching when Caitlin Clark got injured. A lot of people stopped watching because they are...
Sponsors see it. Broadcasters see it. Even Grandma from Idaho noticed. We have other great players, pitch isn't working. People came for Caitlin. They stayed for Caitlin. Without her, they leave. Everyone knew it, players, fans, even pretzel vendors. The WNBA put all its chips on Clark. And now that she's hurt, the panic is real.
In the case, the numbers tell a different story. The media can claim all they want. People are watching the WNBA to see AJ Wilson. They can claim that people are watching pretend basketball to see Angel Reese airball wide open shots. Check this one out. This is the first shot of the game, and Angel Reese hits nothing but air. This level of quality entertainment, it can only be found in the WNBA dump. Like I tell you guys all the time, no one cares about Angel Reese. They damn sure don't care about watching AJ Wilson.
Here's the truth no one wants to say. Clark isn't just a star. She's the star. She keeps the whole league relevant. The other teams feel it. They play harder just for a shot to share her spotlight. When she's gone, energy disappears. It's like showing up to a concert and finding out the headliner called out sick. The merch sales? Crashed. Jerseys folded, waiting. The store might as well say, back when Clark is.
Well, we all knew that with Caitlin Clark's injury, viewership was going to drop, but it was really just a question of how much. Nielsen came out with numbers today that on nationally televised games, viewership of Indiana Fever games has dropped 53%, and viewership on all nationally televised league games has dropped 55%.
The WNBA built its entire rise on the Clark roller coaster. And now that ride is stuck midair. Sure, they'll spin it, every player matters, and all that. But execs are glued to injury reports. Fans are tuning in like, who's this again? Without Caitlin, the plot disappears. The rivalries feel fake. She didn't ask for this pressure. But the league put it on her anyway. Now they have no backup plan.
Caitlin Clark is out. Injured again. Unfortunate reality when you bring players back too fast. Other things can get injured. You can overcompensate. You have a quad injury in camp. You bring her back too soon. She gets a quad injury a few games in. You bring her back too soon again. You can clearly see there's something wrong with her on the court. She has no lift. She has no shot trajectory. She has no burst. She can't get by anybody. Even for her being a poor defender, she looked like a parked car on defense, worse than...
So here we are. One ankle injury away from ratings doom. The league wanted a star and got a supernova. But stare at the sun too long and everything else looks dim. No Clark? No crowd. No buzz. No excitement. Yet the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, acts like everything's fine. It's not. The numbers say otherwise. This isn't just a slump, it's a warning siren.
Guys, today the WNBA without Caitlin Clark remains an attraction that not many people want to watch. Remains a product that the vast majority of sports fans don't care for at all. The Caitlin Clark games, 3.2 versus the Sky, 2.7 versus Liberty. The Caitlin Clark games still are performing at a nice rate, but everything else drop right off.
Worse, Kathy's ignoring it. Meanwhile, the refs let Clark get thrown around every game like it's WWE. No calls. No warnings. Just silence. Commentators try to spin it as physical play, but fans see the truth. Clark is the league's golden goose, and no one's protecting her. Kathy's giving the same robotic responses while the league crumbles. The sad part? Clark is the only reason half the country is even paying attention. And if she's out, so are the fans.
Yeah, late last night. I think it's very much a day-to-day thing, how she responds to treatment. I stay in my lane and let our strength and conditioning and our physical, our AT staff do what they do best. But yeah, I found out late last night, and then we'll treat it day to day.
Back to back, a factor at all with that?
I mean, I don't know if it's a factor from a physical standpoint, from an athletic training standpoint. Certainly in my mind, it is. But at the same time, she's shown that she's tough and she's a quick healer. So